One of the biggest trends in food on social media right now are these smash burger tacos. Brad from Chili's and Smoke made these a while back, and I want to give these a try. The idea is pretty simple. It's you basically do a smash burger, but instead of using a bun, you take a tortilla, smash it on a griddle, put all your toppings on top, and it looks pretty delicious. So let's give it a try. We've got all our ingredients to make these smash burger tacos, and it's all fairly basic. So I had some leftover ground beef. This is 80-20 ground chuck. I like using this for burgers, so it should be good for these smash burger tacos. I've got some flour tortillas. These are the smaller street style shells, so they should work pretty well as well. A couple slices of American cheese, some iceberg lettuce, these minced onions. We're gonna rehydrate these. I'll show you guys how I do that. We're gonna start with our onions first. So this is what I like to do when I'm making burgers. So these are the dried, you can see kind of onions, minced onions, right? So super dry, there's no moisture in them. So what I like to do, put them in a little bowl and then just add some water and let these guys kind of rehydrate for 10-15 minutes, and then I put this on top of my burger so you get that nice oniony flavor, still a little crunch from them, and they are really good. We'll prep our patties or ground beef next. I'm not really sure how big I should make them. We'll just kind of eyeball it. Should be pretty straightforward. So like I said, I'm doing 80-20 mix of ground chuck. Let me get my little tray out. Keep things nice and clean. So figure we're gonna go about this much, so a little bit bigger than golf ball size. So the idea is this will go on the griddle, the tortilla will go on top, and then I'm gonna smash it down. So when I smash this on the griddle, I want this to be as big, a little bit bigger than my tortilla, because it's gonna shrink as it's cooking. So figure something like this should be enough. So let's do a couple of these. You can kind of just eyeball these, make sure they're roughly the same size. Or if you wanna get fancy, you can use a food scale to get them all the same size. Got our last one ready to go. So I had just enough beef to make 5 of these beef balls. Boom, just like that. These are ready to go. We'll put these off to the side, and I'm gonna get all my toppings ready because these should cook pretty quickly since we're gonna be smashing them down on a griddle. So I like to get everything ready that we need. So we're gonna go with some iceberg. You can go with any lettuce that you'd like. You know, iceberg is one of my go-tos when I do burgers, just because it's crisp, it's fresh, it's cheap. Okay, then we'll just kind of slice this up. Just cut a couple slices. We're only making 5 of these, so you don't need too much of it. Chop it up like this, I should say. Put our lettuce to this little bowl. Clean our work area up a little bit here. And then we'll start on the sauce. It's a super easy recipe. You can really go any way you'd like with your burger sauce, but here's what I like to do. So we're gonna go with some ketchup, mayo, little dill relish, apple cider vinegar. I think this is a really good combo on burgers, and it should work really well on these smash burger tacos. So we'll go about equal parts of ketchup and mayonnaise. Probably don't need this much because we're only making 5. A little more. Again, you don't need exact measurements, just kind of eyeball it and adjust as you're making it to your liking. Add a little of this relish and just a bit of apple cider vinegar. I've got my gallon jug because I like things difficult. And then we'll go with a little bit of my all-purpose seasoning, salt, pepper, garlic, and it should work really well in our burger sauce or our smash burger taco sauce. And we'll just mix it all together. Boom, there you have it. Burger sauce is ready. Let's just give it a taste. Again, taste as you go as you're making this stuff to see if it's maybe too sweet or too salty. That's really nice. Okay, sauce is ready. Should probably get the griddle fired up because I think we've got everything ready to go. For this cook, we'll be using my brand new 28-inch Weber griddle. I got this thing a couple weeks ago, and so far I've been liking it a lot. It's a nice, small, portable griddle, super easy to use, doesn't require any external power. Let's get this thing fired up. There we go. So we'll get all 3 of them going to high heat just to get everything nice and warm. Perfect. So this will take about a minute or so. I'm gonna cook this over kind of medium-high heat because I want to develop a really nice crust on those patties when we smash them down. So we'll give it a couple minutes and put our beef down. Griddle's been going for a couple minutes now. I'm not sure how well you can see it in the video here, but there's this kind of faint smoke coming off the top. So that's telling me that it's nice and hot. So I'm gonna turn the dials down about halfway because it doesn't need to be this hot, and we'll get our patties on. Before I put the meat on the griddle, I'm gonna get everything ready because these will cook pretty quickly, and it just makes things simpler and easier to have everything all in one place. So we've got a spatula to smash things down. I've got the olive oil for the griddle. I've got my meat, so let's move this here to the griddle. Put everything here. We will also need our seasoning and our tortillas to start. So Again, everything in one place just makes it a lot easier and quicker to get this cooking, especially because these will cook very quickly. So to start, we'll take our olive oil. The one that I like to use is from Graz. I've been using this one for a couple of weeks now. This is the sizzle oil, so it's for high heat cooking, searing, and we'll just go with a nice kind of dose of the olive oil, and I'll take your spatula and just spread this out a little bit. Make sure the griddle's nice and lubricated so everything cooks much better. Next up, we'll take our ground meatballs and just set them right on the griddle. Just make sure you leave some room in between them, again, because we're going to smash them down. So you want to make sure there's enough space between all the meatballs. Hit them with a little bit of my all-purpose seasoning. The idea is to take our tortillas and we're gonna put these right on top of the meat. Just like this. We'll see how this comes out. I've never made this recipe before. It looks interesting, so we'll see. It's a learning experience for everybody. Okay, now we'll take the spatula and I'm gonna smash this down, get it nice and flat. Looking pretty good. Okay, we'll do it here too. So first thing to note, using the spatula works, but having a burger press or like a grill press or a burger smasher would probably be a little bit easier and quicker. I think I got the thickness about right on these. You can probably use a smaller patty or a meatball to get them smashed down. As you can see, they're starting to shrink as they're cooking. So I think the ideal situation is to have full tortilla to meat coverage as they're on the griddle. It's been a couple minutes. I think these are ready to flip. So the idea is to cook them most of the way through meat side down. But let's give them a flip and see how it's looking. Oh wow, look at that crust. That looks amazing. So that's the kind of main thing here, right? You develop this beautiful crust on the outside from the griddle. Let's flip this one. Oh yeah, these are looking really nice. One last thing is we can't forget our cheese, so we'll go with a slice of American cheese right on top of each one of these guys. Then I'm just gonna put this over the top. Ooh, just for a minute or so, let the cheese get nice and melty, and these will be ready to go. I'm really excited to try them because they are looking really good. Let's take a quick peek and see how they're looking. Oh yeah, look at that. That cheese is getting nice and melty. You can see the tortillas are getting super crispy. I think these are ready to go. I got a clean tray. Oh, look at that. Really excited to try these out. Ah, it's hot. Look at that. Got a nice cutting board out. Make it look nice and pretty. Okay, let's put these guys out here. Here we go. Gotta make it look nice and pretty. 4. Okay, I guess we'll squeeze 4 on our cutting board. Let's put these guys together. And just another note, like I'm really liking how these are looking. A lot of these social media food trends or these viral videos, they look cool, but once you make it, it's not really that tasty. But this is looking really nice. So let's go with our toppings first. So we've got a little bit of our shredded iceberg. So just a nice little layer of lettuce. Give it a little crunch, a little freshness. Little pop of color. We've got our onions next. So these have been sitting in the water in here. Check these out. Look how nice they look. And you get this good oniony flavor without that kind of harshness of onion. So these are perfect to put on burgers or I guess on these smash burger tacos. We've got our sauce next, which is also looking and tasting fabulous. So we'll go with a nice drizzle of sauce. This is looking really nice. And finally, we'll go with some pickles. Love pickles on burgers, so we'll go with about 2 slices. Boom. And there you have it. The viral smash burger tacos. Before we try them, I need to take a thumbnail picture. So one of the things that we need a little help with or improvement on, I think, is creating these nice looking thumbnails for YouTube. If you guys have any suggestions or tips, drop a comment and let me know. We're trying different things kind of up close, far away, with me in it, without me in it. So I don't know. I guess that's okay. Thumbnail is done. So let's try these guys out. This one's looking pretty good. I mean, that's looking really nice. So now I'm gonna try to fold it up into a taco. See how this thing holds up. Oh wow, look at that. It's not really holding up. My tortilla got a little bit too crispy. Okay, maybe not, maybe not. Maybe the patty's a little bit too big, I don't know. Well, let's just go for it. Oh wow. This is really good. It's like a smash burger. You get the tortilla, which I do like that it's crispy actually. Oh. I think the patty could have been a little bit smaller or smashed a little bit more so it's not as thick. I mean, it's not too bad. That's the one thing that I would change. Maybe just use a smaller patty or a smaller meatball and then smash it down a little bit more. I mean, it definitely tastes more like a smash burger than a taco, except maybe just kind of eat it in this kind of taco shape and you have the tortilla, but definitely recommend trying this out. It's a trend that's worth trying and making at home. It was delicious with that sauce. You get the onions, the cheese, the nice crust on the patty. Crispy tortilla. Not sure if you can hear that, but this is delicious. And topping wise, you can really put anything you want on this. I went kind of classic, sort of a Big Mac style with the lettuce, the sauce, the pickles, the onions. Really good. That's gonna be it for this video. Thank you so much guys for watching. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, leave a comment, give it a thumbs up. Let me know what you wanna see me cook next, and I'll just hang out here and finish eating these viral smash burger tacos.